Guys, I think we're live. It's been what, 3, 4 weeks? Oh my gosh, has it been that long?
It's been a
It
while.
has been
Last
December.
show we did was Mimecast.
Yep,
Thing. Who did that one? Dave, you did that one,
I
right?
did
That's
that.
you, Vinny. That was you. It was a good one, actually. Well, hey everyone. I am Jim Gast. This is DJ Myers and Vinny Del Val. Guys, how we doing?
Doing all right.
Welcome to No Law Firm Left Behind. I guess we could kind of call this season 2, couldn't we, guys?
Sure.
I mean, it's
We-
New Year. It's New Year,
A
right?
whole new year.
Yep.
Wow.
We,
It was
we
a
are
brutal.
live on LinkedIn, by the way.
Thank you very much, Vinny. So that means we're pretty much live everywhere with like probably no audience at all. Oh, wait. It says we have 2. Oh, that's you guys probably. No, seriously, season 2 of No Law Firm Left Behind. I can't believe we're going to do this again and stick with it again. So it was a great year last year. Why are we here with doing No Law Firm Left Behind, Vinny? Caught him by surprise.
Yeah, you did catch me by surprise, but that's okay. We are so part of the goals. There's 3 pillars for No Law Firm Left Behind: is keeping your firm productive, keeping your clients calling, and keeping your firm competitive. And
You got it.
I probably didn't say them in the right order, but that's basically what we want to accomplish when we do this show.
You messed up the whole flow, Vinny.
Yeah.
You know, the whole branding is all now messed up. We have to go back to the drawing board.
Let's redo our cards.
Rewrite the whole brand. Not that we have much of an audience for branding anyway, but you know, I know that they will be totally distraught when we have to do our rebranding. Hey, Dave, what do you got there in the top corner by you? Can you explain that little QR code for us?
You talking about this good old link tree up here by my face?
Yeah. What is
Yeah,
Linktree?
Watch your eye.
What is
What
Linktree?
does-
Most people don't know what it is.
So that QR code, if and people are familiar with QR codes at this point, if you scan that with your phone, it's going to take you to all the different places that No Law Firm Left Behind is available. And that'll give you the ability to subscribe basically on whatever your favorite platform for listening to podcasts are and live streams and whatnot. So
And
give it a click and it should all be there.
I think you rehearsed that, Vinny.
And I'm going to interject real quick, just in case. If you don't know how to scan a QR code,
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
most of the modern phones just can do it from the camera, right? Most of the modern updates, you can just use your regular camera app to scan, or once it detects the QR code, it's going to ask you if you want to go there. All right.
All you do is put your camera on, and all you do is point it at it. Okay.
Yep.
And then what happens is it comes up. Most phones come up with like the link at the top, and you can just click on that link, and it'll take you to where it needs to go.
If you don't have that, you can use a program like Red Laser or anything like that.
Yeah, so there's our wonderful link tree, and on the link tree, we've got our YouTube channel, our No Law Firm Left Behind group on LinkedIn. Why don't we go ahead and plug that right now, guys? Here we go. And so everyone, we have a group on LinkedIn called No Law Firm Left Behind. That's where this stemmed from, the live stream show did. And so on the site, we put updates and content for consumption. It's all about educating you as a legal professional, helping you do your jobs better, faster, more productive, more secure, so on and so forth. And so there's the link right there. Dave, could you sing the link for us like you did earlier?
No. We're going to skip that
Dave,
part.
that was really good. That was really good. So Dave, LinkedIn doesn't give us pretty things to call our groups. Instead, they give us groups / some number. So we don't have a choice on that number. And Dave said it kind of like sound like 8675309 from the Jenny, I Got Your Number song. So I don't know, I wish I could get him to sing it just once. Dave.
How about
It's
you?
not going to happen.
Right?
Dave, you're breaking
Not.
up.
Sorry,
So
Dave.
let's get started today, guys. What are we going to talk about? Today we are talking about Google My Business for Lawyers. And if you don't know what that is, well, it's time you learn, because it's just this simple. When Google puts something out, the idea of it is that they want you to use it. And so Google My Business has been out for a while. It's associated with Google Maps. Pardon me, I got a cough from my COVID bout that I just recovered from last week. But nevertheless, so Google My Business is essentially a search engine result on Google. So if you put in some type of search criteria, you're going to get ads, you're going to get recommendations. You're going to get shopping links. You're going to get a list of businesses that are local to your search, because Google has put an incredible relevance on local search results. If I'm looking for the example I'm going to use in a little while as a personal injury attorney, well, I'm in Cincinnati. I'm definitely not looking for a personal injury attorney in Austin, probably not. I might be, but I would probably put that in there. So Google assumes that if I say personal injury lawyer, they assume that you probably mean in your area for that type of business. Guys, add anything you want at any point, by the way. Okay.
Will do.
So I'm going to go ahead and take that QR code off there and also get rid of the wonderful caption so we can all be seen today. So let me dig right into looking at Google, and give me a second. I'm actually going to go ahead and show my screen. Guys, we'll go ahead and go small here. And I just want to pick apart a search engine result real quick. Okay. So this will be this actually isn't a really great one. So let's just do personal. Sorry, Dave. It is a great one, and we'll talk about why it's great in a minute. But take a look at look, Google wants to know my location. Well, I can allow it. I'm going to go ahead and say no. I'm just going to not really give it an answer yet. But I want you to look at what it has done. Okay, I put a search engine request in there from personal injury lawyers. Didn't say anything about Cincinnati. And look what it's done. It's already pulled up some screened results, which is it's a newer function, right? Google says, hey, these are good results. People like these guys. Look at all of their testimonials. Then it brought up ads. These are things that people pay for. So they cost money. Usually you'll see 2 or 3 ads. Then you'll see this section potentially called, and the order changes, by the way. Google can change the order arbitrarily. But this is what's called the Google My Business results. And notice it's brought up 3 personal injury law firms that have Google My Business sites, right? And even it's not even showing the website for one of them. So it even goes so far as to show you ones that may not even be advertising their websites, and that shows them on a map. So then further down, we've got another element that we're not going to talk about. Okay. And this is what they call organic results down here. So these are all just organic results. Now, I've got a PowerPoint that I'm not going to be able to bring up, but I put it together. Sorry, I forgot to bring it over onto this computer when I put it together. But the breakdown for clicks on search engine results vary depending on who you ask. Okay, and so it kind of works out roughly like this. Ads, the things that people pay for, get about a 14% click ratio compared to all of the other element type, search result elements on Google, right? These down here get about 40 to 50. Now, these 40 to 50% of the clicks come from everything else below here that's not an ad, that's not a Google My Business, organic results. But what's interesting is that the Google My Business results get about a 30% click rate. So if you're investing, great, you're going to get about 14% click ratio, okay? But a free thing that's really easy to set up on Google's website, they give you the mechanism to make yourself look good, is the Google My Business that returns a 30% result. Everybody competes down here for the search engine results, the organic results. And for good reason, they get 40 to 50% of the hits, right? 40 to 50% of the clicks. But you have to compete for this. You have to optimize your website. You have to have the right website. You maybe pay somebody to do search engine optimization, SEO, search engine optimization, to make sure that, you're relevant and you're going to be pushed up there. Mm-hmm. Google doesn't give you a great mechanism to do this. But when it comes to 30% of the clicks from Google, they give you a fantastic mechanism. It's called Google My Business. And all you got to do is do a quick search on how do I get started with Google My Business? And they tell you what to do. They give you prescriptive guidance step by step on how to do it. So, guys, do you think I've kind of framed up why we should be doing this a little bit pretty well?
Mm-hmm.
Anything you think I'm missing or think I should add? Other than it's a world out there.
Jim, do you know how significantly this is being used? Like, what's the adoption rate of this right now? Is this?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's. Let's put it this way. Think about it like this: AdWords and typical SEO organic results are very mature, very mature, right? I would say that Google My Business is still in its teens. Okay. Now,
does that mean now, like, is the time to make sure that you're getting in on that? I mean, how is?
You're behind the game.
Okay.
Yeah, you're behind the game, but not so far behind the game that it can't make a difference. Dave, and I'm going to actually show your Google My Business that we started today. Okay, as an example, as to why it's not too late. Okay, because let's just go ahead and kind of hop into it, and I'll show. Dave has got a law firm. Dave is a cybersecurity and technology lawyer, and I just initially today set up his Google My Business. Now, we did a search for cyber. Dave did it and I did it, and we're in two different areas of Cincinnati. Okay, he's on the far west side. I'm on the far northeast side of Cincinnati. Okay, and I did this search. And you know what? I'm logged into Google, so it probably knows I'm managing the page. You could assume. Well, let's go ahead and open up an incognito browser. And what this means is that you're not logged into anything. There are no cookies that Google's using to help you with your search results or so on and so forth. Dave, anything else want to add on incognito or Vinny?
No.
And it really pretty much.
In general, it should give you a potentially less biased search result.
A much less biased. Okay. And so notice that Dave's site pulls up for cybersecurity and technology law.
I'm not seeing your incognito tab, Jim.
Oh, yeah, I didn't share it. Sorry. Let me share that for you guys. Sorry. Let me go ahead and pop that over, share it up. Yeah, I was just sharing the other application window. And I think that's the incognito right there. Thanks, Dave, for that. So this is the incognito browser. Okay, you guys got it? Okay.
And actually, Jim, do a slightly broader search. That's a very specific search. Do a search just for technology lawyer.
Yeah. Well, let me, I'll do that.
I'm just curious because I'm hoping that pulls. There you go. Great.
Okay. Notice. Now, here's the other thing to keep in mind. Okay. There are no ads. Why are there no ads? Well, there's some ads lower. Not a lot of people are trying to pay for technology lawyer. Okay. Which blows my mind. So there's an opportunity there to consider. But it does. What?
Be giving away my secrets here, man. No.
Hey, it's a competitive. It's a dog eat dog world. Yeah. My kids used to say doggy dog. So anyway, the key here is this. I just gave two searches that should be pretty unbiased searches on Google for technology lawyer and cybersecurity and technology lawyer. And Dave, who we just set up as Google My Business, came up first today. Okay. And as far as it goes, when you look at that Google My Business section over here on the right, by the way, this is another way it can be viewed is on here over on the right. Google displays these things different ways on mobile, on other platforms. People pay attention to this stuff. That's why it gets 30% of the clicks. Notice I don't have to scroll down the page. It's right there in front of me. But Dave, Vinny, do you guys see one blaring problem with this Google My Business section? Now I'm a buyer and I'm looking for a technology lawyer. Is there a problem with that?
It doesn't really give a whole lot of good info.
There's not anything there. Okay. So we need to fix that. And we're gonna get into fixing that right now. And we're gonna start. I'm gonna pop back over to my browser. And we're gonna start. Okay, so simple. All you have to do is Google, how do I get started with Google My Business? All right. And you sign up and verify your business. Now, I'm going to try to find this PowerPoint that I did create earlier today. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, guys, because I got a couple of screenshots. Man, I hate to waste time. Hang on. I gotta try. It'll just take me a minute. But It's simple. You sign up and verify your business, and it's a really easy, simple process. Well, Vinny, go ahead and say that. Thanks for telling us that, though.
So is there a particular way that you're doing this search that people would have to do? Because for example, I went to cybersecurity lawyer.
Yep.
I typed in cybersecurity lawyer in my normal Google search that I go to, and I did not see that same result. So is there something different that I'm doing wrong?
So let's do a quick check here, Vinny.
Yep.
You did cybersecurity lawyer. Try technology lawyer, because that brings up a good point.
Does it bring up any other results, Vinny, of anybody that might be a competitor?
I'm not in that. So when I type technology lawyer, for sure now I see that same view, but not the cybersecurity lawyer.
So now that's telling us something that's still a little unknown about this, Jim, as far as keying what searches you're going to come up for.
Yeah, Google's like the kind of like the IRS. They retain the right to do anything the way they want to do it, right? And so Vinny, there may be something in your area. You live in the general vicinity of where I live by about 5-6 miles. I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Well, no one came up in that view. Like when I typed in cybersecurity, no one.
And again, there's nothing perfect here. I might have a cookie and I just don't know it. Okay. Theoretically, an incognito should avoid that, but you just don't know for sure. Let me go ahead and share another screen real quick. I'm going to pop this over here and show this. Oh, I'm sorry for the dogs, guys. My kids are kind enough to come in right in the middle of the live stream and make noise. So I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger so everybody can see it. So it's really simple. You find and manage your business. It's really not a hard thing to do. You get started on the links and you put in your business name. Google knows most of the businesses that are out there, believe it or not. And if your business is not, you would click on the add your business to Google. I've already done this for Dave's law firm, and I came up with this. Okay. You guys seen this okay?
Yep. I think Vinny just had an accident. You all right, man?
Wow, that makes great live streaming. Anyway,
it's all unscripted.
I'm gonna keep rolling, Vinny. I'm sorry. Are you bleeding? If you're not bleeding, we're moving.
My laptop detached from the keyboard.
We'll have to talk about that one offline. So I do know if you got hurt, I know a great technology lawyer that can sue somebody. Sue Lenovo. So this is actually Dave's initial business it found, right? And so I went ahead and said I wanted to manage this. And so there are certain criteria. Google will tell you what to do next in order to manage the business, okay? And so once you get to that point, then it's a matter of, and I'm actually going to show that application window. Sorry to pop over and show so many different screens. Then it's a matter of, you sign up and verify your business, and then you're managing your business at that point. Okay. And before I flip, let me hide this because I don't want to give away things that we manage for our customers. Dave, I'm going to pop over in, like I said, we're going to pop over into yours today.
Sounds good.
Okay. So now we are in Dave's Google My Business, and it is wholly incomplete, right? And that's not like holy Lord, that's just kind of bad. It's really incomplete. It's not even 40% really because we've got inaccurate information in there. I would always say that I find it to be very useful it'll give you a wizard first off. I can't go back and do the wizard. But if you're not doing the wizard, then my recommendation is to update your information first, right? I don't know why they put posts. They assume, I guess we're going to do posts. But Dave, let's put that new address in there. So would you go ahead and give me that new address?
4050 Executive Park Drive, Suite 420.
We're going to go ahead and add a line for that. All right. Still Cincinnati?
It can be Cincinnati. I normally put Sharonville, but either one works.
Let's I'll tell you what I like about Sharonville is it is local, right? Cincinnati's big. Sharonville is a small piece of it. So we can put Sharonville in here. And this makes a difference, actually, believe it or not. What's that zip code, Dave?
4-1.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to apply that. Notice it found the new location. Okay, and we're going to apply that. Now, what has to happen? Oh, just wonderful. It's probably going to take it as Cincinnati. What has to happen is it has to find the address. Okay, and so we're going to have some difficulties, of course, right? But those difficulties says enter an address and marker that applies the same place. Let's go ahead and see here. Let's go ahead and take this. Let's see here. What do you think, guys? Verify address correctly.
Maybe take the suite number out.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. We'll put that up here. I love it when things just work wonderfully. It's not Westchester, is it? Right there?
No, it should be Sharonville.
Okay. Let's go to do it again. 4050 Executive Park Drive.
Do the full thing, maybe.
We'll do that. How's that?
Okay.
Look at that. Drag pin to reposition. It's right where it's at.
I know.
Let's try it without the city. Yeah, needs it. Kind of embarrassing here, guys, but this is what you've got to do. Well, you know what? It's not letting me update the address, but this is how you would normally do it. So, service areas. What are service areas? Service areas are the areas that you work in. Okay, so if it's a Cincinnati address, you need to know the locations within Cincinnati, in and around Cincinnati. So we're going to say Westchester, right? Westchester. Oh, come on. Service area. I must have clicked something. Westchester, Ohio. Dave, give me another area you like to service.
Well, let's go ahead and put good old Coleraine. See if it'll pull up Coleraine.
Yeah. Think about these with densities of population of businesses if you're a B2B, or densities of people if you're a B2C, right? Okay, so Coleraine, and so on and so forth. So you can fill this out. If you're in Northern Kentucky, you could actually go so far as to put Covington, Kentucky. So it doesn't have to be doesn't have to be in the same state, right? Update some of these areas. Dave, our hours, we're open Monday through Friday, right?
Sure.
At 8 to 5, right?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Ah,
Short days.
we know how lawyers are, right?
Exactly.
We know how lawyers are. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it for Monday right now because I don't want to update the whole thing.
It's all good.
I don't
Dave
want to
only
get
works on Mondays anyway.
That works for me. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty accurate right there. Add special hours?
Yeah. Special hours would be like,
All the rest of the hour.
Yeah, holiday hours or something like that, maybe. This is Dave's business phone number. Obviously, we're not going to change that. We do want that, but notice you can add additional numbers. Dave's short name for his business. Okay, so what is a short name for a business? Google will key on this when it makes its Google website for you, because there's a Google website, and so on and so forth. So let's just call it DJ Meyer Law, Dave.
Yeah, and I usually stylize it with a capital DJ M space capital L.
Yeah, I probably won't, except that we can try it.
Let's try it. The M should be cap. There you go. And then space cap L.
Well, it won't take the space.
It won't let us do the space.
Positive.
Okay.
Yep, it won't take the space.
All right. We'll take the space out. Yeah, that's it.
Again, it's a short name. It's kind of like an at, right? So it's your business profile that you can share on various locations.
And that's perfectly acceptable to me.
Yeah. So notice the G.page. That's your Google page that it's going to create. All right, and that's going to be important. Now you could share this. We're not ready to share this yet. Appointment link. So if you've got an appointment link, calendar link or something like that, I strongly recommend this. People like to make appointments and at least see your availability. Products and services, depending on what you sell or what you're trying to market. You can list your products. Google is getting more and more keyed in on these things, I understand and hear from my friends, right? So I would definitely recommend coming up with products and services. So if Dave does compliance services, he would put it under the service. We're not going to go into this. Add a business description. Well, when we look at that result over there, where did it go? There's no description, right? We want as much information as we can get over here for it, right? And so we would put a description in there. David Meyer serving, blah, 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 servicing business clients, blah, 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 blah. We're going to put in some holder text and see if we can see it display. Opening date. And look at that, photos. Dave, you know what? I didn't grab your LinkedIn photo, but I'm going to go ahead and just see what I can find.
Sure thing.
There are different types of photos. Notice it drops us down into the photos section. Okay. So you want to put your logo in there. You want to put your a cover photo in there. These are the things that are shown. Notice this is just a picture of the building that Dave has as his old address, and it's just a map. I would recommend personalizing this. A picture of people. Google loves pictures of people. People like pictures of people. People like pictures of groups of people. Or maybe something representative of what you do would be a good thing to put in here as well. All right. So this is where your photos show. By the way, the more photos, the more Google loves you. And then
why is that?
It's weird. It just shows, I think really honestly, there's probably some really good explanation for it that some expert at this kind of thing would say, but my explanation of it is this. The activity that you put into it, right? It trying to make you more relevant. So what I've done for hours for a very long time is we put in pictures of our customers when we do our luncheons and stuff like that. I take a selfie of myself and a bunch of our happy smiling customers. Google likes to show that kind of stuff. Nobody wants to see, remember, Google's job is to show relevance in its search engine results. So if it's not showing relevance to people and it wants to, if it's not showing something, how about I put it like this? If this shows 10 things on a page and you click on one of them, that Google looks at it as they had 9 failures. Okay? Because they want you to want to click on every one of the things that they put in front of you. So they're going to return things that people like, that people find relevant, that people are interested in. So pictures are definitely, it's the old saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Now more than ever. Did that answer your question, Ben?
Yeah, LinkedIn has this thing called hover time. The longer you hover over a post or a picture or something like that, the more it gets shown to other people. So I was wondering if. Exactly.
Well, also remember that Google is probably the #1 location in the world for people to go steal pictures, right? Whether you like it or not. And so when you're looking for an image, they'll show you images of things, and your images come up with search results many times. Just on the regular search results, so that people can say, I'm looking for a technology lawyer. Well, there's David Meyer standing there in his suit, and well, not really necessarily a suit. Sorry, Dave. Dave doesn't wear a suit that often, but holding a laptop or something like that, and the scales of justice. Not that would make a good picture, but Google would see that and read that image as law, technology, guy in a suit, and maybe show that as an image result. So. Yeah, the more images you are, the more relevant. Here's what I think, and this is where we'll end today, okay? Because we'll come back to this topic, because we really do just want to get people getting started on it. Reviews. Dave has no reviews. That's a bad thing, right? No, reviews are really important. And so look at these results on Google My Business for just personal injury lawyer. This guy has 36. This law firm does. And we know these firms. Young, Riverman, Maisie has 6, and their rating is 4.3 and 6. It doesn't take thousands of reviews to get you first. This is a simple personal injury lawyer search. And the one that came up with the most was 36. And the second ones, let's go take a look at some more. The other ones, 54 didn't even wasn't relevant enough for them to put, because they're probably further away, right? So here we are. Look at how they show it on the map. It's further away. It wasn't even relevant enough, even though it had 54 reviews, right? So these reviews are very important. How do you get people to give you reviews? Well, that's really not that difficult. What you do is from the homepage on Google My Business, by the way, it's business.google.com/dashboard. Once you have done all of your stuff, okay, you can share your business profile. That's one way, and ask people to come to give reviews. It's by the way, get the iOS app or the Android app. Very easy to do on there as well. Make some posts because people want to see posts, but then share that business profile, right, on various platforms. Hey, please go give me a review. All right. I strongly recommend that, because if you don't do it, if you don't ask, you're not going to get, right? And here's the other thing. Just like credit scores, Google looks at these and says, do you respond to it if it's negative, right? So a negative one will obviously bring your ranking down. But if you respond to it in such a way that you're trying to resolve whatever it was, Google will help and maybe make that less relevant. So, guys, this was meant to just kind of give a primer, right? I don't want to go too far over today. Any questions about it? All right. Well, I have been monitoring the chat, so we haven't had any questions in the chat either. But anything else you think I should touch on, guys? Just real quick.
I think that you point out that there's a whole lot that can be done in here, and this is probably something that we would want to circle back around to in the future and go into a little bit more detail.
Yeah, I think once people start to build out their Google My Business profiles, get some posts in here. We can only do so much with a little bit right now. Okay, once you've gotten further down the road, by putting in some posts. By the way, I always say, follow the trail when Google puts something out there. Stay connected during COVID. What is Google telling me right here, guys? What does it want me to do? It wants me to put a COVID post out there, right? Well, why would they want me to put a COVID post out there? And what's going to happen if I do and somebody else doesn't?
Well, I think people are looking for, what are you doing differently during COVID that can help me or can protect me, right? So things like that. I think it's important that as time goes by, this is not a set and forget type of thing. This is something that needs to stay fresh all the time, because once it gets stale, I think that would affect you as well.
You're right. And this whole thing, remember, relevance is important. If you're not, Google believes that you should be talking to your people about COVID. Okay. So if you're not going to put a post out there, somebody that's going to talk about COVID versus you have to assume Google wants you to talk about it. And if you're not and somebody else is, they're going to put somebody else in front of you in the line. If they put it out there, you need to follow it. By the way, get your first review, share your review form. There it is right there. That will actually take people to the landing page. What do? You actually email this to people and say, hey, did I do a pretty good job for you? I would love to get a review. Would you do me a favor and give me a review? And then they'd be brought to this page, and then they would be asked to give you a review. If they had a picture, that's even better. And no matter whether it's a positive or a negative review, always respond to it. Thank you. Appreciate that. It was great working with you. Respond to them like as if you're having a conversation. Google does not like you acting like a robot. So that's all I've got for this, guys.
I think it worked really well. That's very helpful.
I hope so. So
this definitely hits two of the pillars. I think it hits staying competitive out there, right? And also keeping customers calling in, new customers potentially calling in. So I think it definitely hits two of the pillars of no law firm left behind.
Yeah, it does. One thing I want to add is at a certain point in your setting up your Google My Business, Google will want to send you a postcard to that business address to validate that you are at that address. Okay. Do not skip that part. Very, very important part. Keep an eye out for that postcard. and then do what it says when you get the postcard. So, all right, guys, that's all I've got for today. I want to thank everyone for coming to No Law Firm Left Behind. If you're watching this video later on after the fact, please share it. Please give us a comment. We watch for those comments. Once again, if you're not a member of our LinkedIn group, go to that wonderful, beautiful link right there and join the group on No Law Firm Left Behind. Scan the QR code at the top to find a recording of this video and all of our podcasts and all of our live streams on YouTube and all the other various platforms. So, guys, thanhanks a lot. I really appreciate letting me do this morning.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right.
Take care, everyone.